let's turn to traffic. Chris?
Hey, James, how's it going over there? Basically, the roads here are okay, though there are a couple of, roads here are congested with the traffic. You can't believe it. It's unbelievable. A lot of people I talk to here, they say this is strange. So I had the time to talk to one of Dar es Salaam residents, his name is Damas. This is what he told me. He said the Dar es Salaam residents and businesses are concerned is that the proposed short and long-term interventions to end traffic congestion in Dar es Salaam may not be a pursuer to the problem. The projects being implemented have so far no paid off as the nagging creature continues to inflict losses with billions of shillings to individuals, businesses, the regional economy, and the whole of Tanzania at large. So he continued saying, despite efforts being made, traffic jams in East Africa's fastest growing city, meaning Dar es Salaam, are increasingly getting worse, and they are now being experienced in almost all major roads and routes. According to estimates, the massive losses incurred amount to over 1.4 trillion Tanzanian shillings annually, which is about a sixth of the current budget of the government. So Damas continues saying, unlike in the recent past, traffic jams are currently experienced at all times of the day, with the situation worsening whenever there is a heavy, downpour or an accident due to dilapidated, wanting sewerage system. So promises and assurances to deal with the problem are yet to be fulfilled despite strategies being drawn, plans put into place, and proposals are forwarded from various stakeholders. So he said experts listed several factors as major causes of the transportation snag in what he called the Haven of Peace, which is Tanzania's commercial hub and a center of government business. So these include poor planning of the city, the daily increasing of vehicles on its roads, concentration of major commercial and government services in the city center, and the poor conditions of feeder roads. So Damas says, until very recently, congestion was mainly during rush hours in the mornings and the evenings when people are going to work or returning home. However, today, with more than 120,000 private vehicles plying the city's roads daily, jams are even there on weekends. So he was talking the situation today and the situation yesterday, Saturday, how the roads are busy. So he says the problem is aggravated by the fact that the city has an inefficient public transport management system that has been left to the whim of private commuter bus operators. Available statistics show that Dar es Salaam is about 6,000 commuter buses that carry only 43% of the city's daily travelers. Now, think about this one. He says available statistics show that Dar es Salaam is about 6,000, commuters buses that carry only 43% of the city's daily travelers. That means most of people now are owning their own vehicle. Well, like I said before, no accidents, minor or major accidents. The only thing which is strange, there are congestion on Kawawa Road, Morogoro Road, Mandela Road, Bagamoyo Road. Those four roads are congested. James.
Thank you, Chris, very much for the traffic report. And thank you for the hard work. You take it from Chris that the roads now are parked. You can't believe this is Sunday. Well, and the newscast starts now.
Remember, you are continuing to listen to Dara News Radio. Andy, I'm James. This is a news update. Thousands of protesters to occupy Wall Street on Saturday. New York City. Egyptians did it for democracy. So did the people in Tunisia, Yemen, Bahrain, and Syria. Now activist groups are hoping Americans will launch their own uprising in the form of thousands of protesters descending on Wall Street this weekend. Occupy Wall Street is a leaderless resistance movement spearheaded by activist magazine Albusters. Organizers want people to swarm into Lower Manhattan on September 17th and set up a camp for 2 months, then incessantly repeat one simple demand. What is that demand? They haven't decided yet. The plan is to crowd-source the decision. Protesters are set to meet and discuss the issue at the iconic Wall Street Bull statue at noon Saturday, as well as at the People's Assembly at 1 Chase Manhattan Plaza at 3 p.m. The protesters' demand will likely be focused on taking to the task the people who perpetrated the economic meltdown, says Kelly Lazen, editor-in-chief of Albusters. The demand could be some stupid lefty thing like overthrow capitalism, Lazen says. We are hoping it's something specific and doable, like asking Obama to set up a committee to look into the fall of U.S. banking. Nothing extreme about that. Lazen says the editors at Busters, which is a worldwide circulation of 100,000 readers, are angry that leaders in the financial sector had not been brought to justice. Their inspiration came when a pro-democracy uprising broke out in Egypt on January 25th and quickly spread to other countries. We thought, why isn't there a backlash here? Lazen says. We needed to shake up with the corporate-driven capitalist system we are in. To do that, we needed something radical. Our busters posted a call to action on the East blog July 13th, originally asking for 90,000 people to join the protest. The word spread quickly around the internet. A total of 74 cities around the world are participating in the solidarity actions. And the event's official site will stream live shots of these events. The Wall Street headquarters is planning yoga classes, Tai Chi, and music. Last month, cyber activism group Anonymous released a video in support of the protest. It gave us a nice bit of street cred, some mastic. We lefties need a lot of mastic, Leslie says with a laugh. That mastic is what drew Josh Dwanning, a 20-year-old college student, to shell out $300 for a 24-hour train ride from Florida to New York. I heard about the protest through StumbleUpon, and I just really agreed that there is widespread discontent with the banks and corporations, Dwanning says. I am not crazy, radical, just a student who believes in something. Dwanning is planning on sleeping in a tent near Wall Street on Saturday night, and he is planning on staying as peaceful as possible, though he'll be on alert, because there is always a chance that someone can get a little too angry and throw a brick or something. That's what scares Dwanning's mom, Gianni Mao, who says she is a nervous mother watching her son get involved in a large-scale event in the world's largest city. Lazen is hoping safety won't be an issue. A gun-like peaceful protest is the only way the event will work, he says, though he acknowledges that central control is impossible over a group that organizers hope will swell to 20,000. And there is a question of legality around setting up tents and barricades, he acknowledged. The New York Police Department says it is prepared to deal with any situations that arise. The NYPD is aware of various protests, and we have planned accordingly, Deputy Commissioner Paul Browning told CNN and Dar Talk Radio. In a September test run of the occupation, 90 people were arrested for disorderly conduct and later released without being charged. It takes a lot to rise up and reform the global economic system, Lazen says. Maybe this time we fail, but if we do, we are just setting the tone for the next revolution. Again, this is Dar News Radio, Fair and Balanced.
Let's check on the weather. Steve?
Hi, James. Today there's a chance of rain and the sky is mostly cloudy. High
temperature is 86 degrees of Fahrenheit. The wind direction is southeast. The speed is 11 to 15 miles per hour. There is a 40% chance of precipitation, water equivalent of 0.02 inches, and the heat index is 84 degrees of Fahrenheit. Tonight, the sky is partly cloudy. The lowest is 66 degrees of Fahrenheit. The wind direction is east-northeast. The speed is 3 to 10 miles per hour. And tomorrow, Monday, there is a chance of a thunderstorm, and the sky is partly cloudy. The highest temperature is 86 degrees of Fahrenheit, and the wind direction is southeast. The speed is 11 to 14 miles per hour, and there is a chance of 50% of precipitation, water equivalent of 0.02 inches, and the heat index is 87 degrees of Fahrenheit. Tomorrow at night, the sky is clear. The lowest is 66 degrees of Fahrenheit. Wind direction is south-southeast. The speed is 4 to 10 miles per hour. On Tuesday, we're looking on the thunderstorms. The sky is partly cloudy, and the highest temperature is 86 degrees. Wind direction is south-southeast. The speed is 13 to 16 miles per hour, and there is a chance of 40% of precipitation, water equivalent of 0.04 inches, and the heat index is 85 degrees of Fahrenheit. Tuesday night, the sky is partly cloudy. The lowest is 66 degrees. Wind direction is south-southeast, and its speed is 6 to 13 miles per hour. On Wednesday, we're looking at the sky is partly cloudy. The highest temperature is 84 degrees of Fahrenheit, and the wind direction is south-southeast. Its speed is 13 to 16 miles per hour, and the heat index is 83 degrees of Fahrenheit. Wednesday night, the sky is partly cloudy. The lowest temperature is 66 degrees of Fahrenheit. Wind direction is south-southeast. The speed is 6 to 13 miles per hour. On Tuesday, we're looking at chance of rain, and the sky is partly cloudy. The highest temperature is 82 degrees of Fahrenheit. The wind direction is south-southeast, and the speed is 13 miles per hour. There will be a chance of 20% of precipitation, water equivalent of 2.2 inches, and the heat index is 82 degrees of Fahrenheit. Thursday night, there is a chance of thunderstorms, and the sky is partly cloudy. The lowest temperature is 66 degrees of Fahrenheit. The wind direction is south-southwest, and its speed is 5 to 11 miles per hour. There will be a 40% of a chance of precipitation, water equivalent of 0.28 inches. On Friday, there will be a chance of thunderstorm, sky partly clouds. The highest temperature is 84 degrees of Fahrenheit. The wind direction is south-southeast, and the speed is 13 to 16 miles per hour. 60% chance of precipitation, water equivalent of 0.17 inches, and the heat index is 83 degrees of Fahrenheit. Friday night, also there's a chance of thunderstorms, and the sky is partly clouds. The lowest temperature is 68 degrees of Fahrenheit. Wind will be blowing to east direction. Its speed is 5 to 10 miles per hour, and a 20 chance of precipitation, which is a water equivalent of 0.06 inches. On Saturday, we are looking at the chance of a thunderstorm, sky partly clouds. The highest temperature is 88 degrees of Fahrenheit, and the direction of the wind will be blowing to east-southeast. The speed is 14 to 17 miles per hour. 50% chance of precipitation, water equivalent of 0.12 inches, and 95 degrees of heat index. Saturday night, partly cloudy. The lowest temperature is 66 degrees. The wind direction is south-southeast, and the speed is 2 to 9 miles per hour. And that's the weather for this week, James. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Steve, for the weekly weather report. Now, Obama to lay out debt reduction plan. President Obama's debt reduction plan is set to land on Monday in the laps of the 12 members of the Congress Bipartisan Debt Committee. In recent weeks, the president said The plan would offer specific proposals that can achieve savings more ambitious than the committee's $1.5 trillion target. He said it would be balanced, involving both spending cuts and tax increases, and he promised it would stabilize debt in the long run. Democrats would want him to go light on entitlements, especially since many felt the president caved too easily in failed debt negotiations with the Republicans this summer, and they will want to see tax increases on high-income earners. At the same time, the GP wants to hold the line against any revenue increases and instead lean solely on spending cuts. The Debt Committee urged it to go big. The serious fiscal experts, meanwhile, know that meaningfully and credibly reducing the debt would require crossing everyone's line in the sand. Back in April, Obama released the debt reduction framework that would save $4 trillion over 12 years. That's the minimum amount fiscal experts say is needed to stabilize the debt as a percentage of the economy over a decade. The plan on Monday will top the debt committee's $1.5 trillion, but by how much isn't clear.